Raw is live from the capital of the world, the capital of wrestling, the market down capital of the world, Madison Square Garden.
Oh boy.
Ooh boy, indeed. Oh my god, we got a lot to get into. So hey, what's up? How you doing? My name is Thomas O'Malley. I am one of the co-CEOs of WWE under this new regime. What's been going on with wrestling lately? Nothing much, right? No big news has happened. Anyway, this is what happened on Raw. The show opened up in the middle of a brawl. How unique, how different. Way to show we're not the same anymore. It was a brawl between Logan Paul and The Miz. And you know what? This was a really smart way to have Logan Paul not be booed because you didn't give the crowd a chance, or you gave him a chance before the show started. That's the key. That was actually really smart. You do that before the show. So when the brawl's happening, the crowd's not going to boo. They're going to cheer. They're not cheering Logan Paul. They're not cheering The Miz necessarily. They're just cheering that a brawl's happening. So smart move, WWE. Oh my god, so creative. So the Bloodline opened the show, and New York was cheering him because I guess we're soft now, and we're easily impressed. Heyman does Heyman things. Cuts a good Heyman promo. And then Theory interrupts, and Roman's like, "Your daddy is not here anymore," which would be really good heel work if that was like a self-aware, tongue-in-cheek sort of thing. To just because Theory was mentored by Mr. McMahon when Roman's literally the chosen, hand-picked guy above all other chosen, hand-picked guys. So if there was like any semblance of self-awareness in that, it would be a good line. But he said it to be cool while getting cheered because he was playing up as a tweener slash face, enjoying that adulation of the crowd. So it came across as tone deaf, like mildly tone deaf in the sense of a wrestling character, not tone deaf in the sense of like a guy coming out on his own TV show after being accused of some minorly to majorly inappropriate things. Not that kind of tone deaf, but you know, whatever. And then when the Bloodlines leave, in Theory hits Jay with the briefcase twice, and he no-sells it and then laughs about it. What the fuck? What is going on? That being said, this was like relatively good. It felt like a big deal. This felt special and more important. Everything about the show is already off to a good start. Even if I don't like anything in particular, it still feels more important and special. You know what I mean? So I'll take it, I guess. So then Theory stayed out there for some reason and talked some more, and then Drew McIntyre came out, and they had a handpicked by the guy who retired before investigations were resolved match, and oh boy, it is a new era of Raw. Maybe, kind of, not really though, because guess how this one ended, Kevin? Just guess. Yep, you guessed it. It ended in a DQ. Can you guess who ran out? I'd be impressed if you did because you're not watching the show, but it was the Brood and Brawls of Ridge Holland, Sheamus, and the only one with a cool name, Butch. And they beat him up. And then for some reason, Bobby Lashley made the save. I mean, not for some reason, he's feuding with Theory for the US. He's feuding with Theory. Theory's feuding with like everyone but Bobby Lashley, but you know. And then they had a tag match because of course they did. Because of course they did. And you know who won? The babyfaces won. You know how they won? They made Theory tap out. Because winning Money in the Bank means you have to lose all the time before you cash in, because that's how you look strong for when you cash in. Duh. I mean, he also won because Ziggler didn't interfere. He was just there and that distracted Theory. So Backstage, Ziggler was interviewed, and the interviewer basically said,
Start making sense now.
to which Ziggler did not. He just said, I'm better looking than him. He's great, but I don't like him. And then AJ came, and we're going to have a tag match later. So, next we had the 20-year Rey Mysterio celebration anniversary, a spectacular mukbang. Like, John Cena got a whole night, not just a segment, and it was promoted for weeks and weeks and treated like the fucking return of the Jedi or Jesus or someone else with a J name, John Blatner. I don't fucking know. I've never seen any of those guys' movies, but there was a sign in the crowd that said, "Boy Meets World sucks." I have no opinions on that. I just thought it was a nice sign. Someone chose to bring that to a wrestling show. They're definitely an AEW fan because they're bringing signs like that to a wrestling show. But yeah, they had a little celebration, blah, 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 got promo, thank you, name drop, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to, be disrespectful or anything. That's kind of my fucking gimmick. But then they beat the Judgment Day because of course they beat the Judgment Day, fucking course. They beat the Judgment Day, and then they had a little party backstage, and Aaliyah was there, and I don't know what happened to her ex-boyfriend. I don't know what that guy's doing now, but during the celebration, Rhea Ripley made a return and kind of made everything better. I wish they didn't lose earlier in the night. I understand celebration, you should give Rhea like a big win, but god damn, this Judgment Day looks so fucking lame. Like, Rhea literally felt like she saved this because she beat up Dom, she beat up Ray. She was actually getting physical with the dudes and not just standing there like laughing, taunting, like cheering the guys on. Like, she's bigger than this group. That's fucking wild to say because she's someone who herself has been poorly booked over the years to some degree, but always looking strong and somewhat protected. Anyway, whatever. I'm gonna forget the whole first half of this. I'm just glad Rhea's okay and Rhea's back. Right? Bianca and Becky have a promo segment that never really gets started because as Becky's making her entrance, Bianca keeps childishly interrupting her, and they just get them to Becky's skin and they brawl. They have a good brawl. I wish it was a little longer, but I get it. There's not much more you can do for this feud that's started last SummerSlam essentially. So, what more was there really to say? So, ending with the brawl is fine. And then we had an Alexa Bliss promo before a match where she said she doesn't care who wins, whether it's Becky or Bianca. She's next. She's reclaiming her spot on top of the division. This is former 24/7 champion Alexa Bliss saying this. And then she comes out and beats Doudrop. And I didn't like how she has beaten everybody besides Liv Morgan since she came back. Like, this was after Nikki ASH interfered. And Doudrop just can't get a fucking win. This makes no sense. But fine, if Lex is going to be the next contender, she should win this match, and that's okay. But I didn't like how all the women's stuff was smushed together. Am I watching Dynamite? What the fuck's going on here? And forget all the good things I said about how they handled Logan Paul, because he still came out and had an episode of Impulsive, and I don't know. Maurice came out, and The Miz came out, and then Ciampa came out, and they beat him up. Everyone, remember NXT? Remember how much you loved NXT? Nick, Matty Otis. Ciampa is a lackey to The Miz now. Give up on your favorites. Let this sink in. Ciampa is a lackey for the fucking Miz. Chad Gable then makes meta commentary about how AJ Styles and Dolph Ziggler are a thrown together team, and he is not wrong. He's not wrong. I'm just gonna assume the Faces won that match. I'm gonna be honest, I fast forwarded, it's hence the name of the show, but I assume they won. Then it was time for I think it's time for the main event. I don't know, there's a lot of time left in the show, but you know, we gotta have entrances, backstage segments, and then the other team's entrance, and then another commercial break, and then the match will start. But it's Roman and the DUI brothers versus the team who likes the smoke in a metaphorical battle between vices. And obviously, look, I'm not gonna get on this public platform and preach about how great one vice is over the other, but like, you know, DUIs, a lot of people have died from drunk drivers and alcohol poisoning and other stuff. And like, you know, one of them makes Riddle talk funny. I mean, the Street Profits have a cup, but you know, they want the smoke, so they're kind of both vices. Anyway, I don't give a fuck about this match. I'm sure it's gonna be great, and I'm sure the crowd there is gonna love it. James will probably fucking post it all over our stupid Instagram. Follow it, by the way. But I don't care. So if anything good happens, I'll let you know. Probably in text on the screen. I fast forwarded too much, and I'm kind of caught up. I just want to start editing this. So if anything crazy happened, I'll put it on the screen, or maybe I'll film another short video. But for now, tune in next week's episode is gonna be fantastic. This week was just me making my return, because it was 4th of July 3 Mondays ago, and goodbye.